To finish the eyelashes, you want to make some a little bit shorter in between because our eyelashes all grow at different rates. You could also, once you've done that, add some eyelashes that go the opposite way on the bottom. They're usually a little bit smaller. And if you want, you can add another row to show the lid down there. For our next step, we're going to draw our eyebrows. So our eyebrows are up above our eyes, and to measure how far up they are, we can sort of measure the width of our eye, turn that on its side and hold it to the bottom. So I know it's going to be about that high. Again, I'm going to measure this, turn it on its side, and that's about how tall the eyebrow is. And then people's eyebrows are usually a little bit curved. They're usually a little bit wider than the eye. Usually they're a little bit thicker the closer to the nose, and they get a little bit thinner the further out we get. You can make your eyebrows look like a pretty defined shape, or you can make them, the hair, a little bit more clear. It all depends. And again, when you look in the mirror, you're going to want to look at the direction of your eyebrow hair, how thick they are, if they're light or dark, because that has something to do with what you look like, and that will make it look more like you. Now that you have your eyebrows, you can finish up your nose. Usually there's a line that shows the bridge of our nose. It's like almost like a V that starts at our eyebrow, kind of comes down to our eye, and then comes back out and meets the top of the U in our nose. Now that you have your eyebrows, you can also measure out your ears. So our ears start where the eyebrow is and end where the bottom of your nose is. That looks huge to most people, but we have to remember that our ears are not that far off of our head. So I'm going to start a little bit lower than that line, come up, keep my ear nice and close. Still looks a little weird because I don't have any hair. So I guess when you're bald, your ears might stick out a little bit more. Do the same thing on the other side, start a little bit lower, come out, and then come out for your earlobe. Oop, that one's a bigger earlobe. Want to make sure they kind of match. Then on the inside of the ear, you can do another line even closer to sort of show the definition in your ear. So now we have our ears, and the next thing we're going to do is draw our neck. Our necks are also about as wide as our eyebrows. So if we're going to follow this down, our neck kind of comes down like this. Our neck comes over here, comes down like this. Most people think that this is too wide for a neck. But if we make our neck too small, then it's going to look like our head's a lollipop, and it wouldn't really be able to support it. Our heads weigh several pounds and are pretty heavy actually, so we need enough neck to support our head. All right, so now I could go in, sort of adjust the outside shape of my face. I would look for things like the shape of my chin. Everybody's a little bit different. And then I want to make sure I add some hair and some details for my clothes. So foreheads are usually they're about halfway between your eyes and the top of your head. Usually they're about here, but this is different for everyone. Some people have a taller forehead, some people have a shorter forehead. And so if I was to sort of make this, my forehead now looks like I'm wearing a swim cap. So that's where the top of my forehead is. I'm then going to look at hair. If you have a side part, maybe it comes over here like this. To make somebody with long hair, you would look at the outer shape of the hair and not draw each hair individually. Sort of better to draw the shape of the hair. And then look at the hairline. Everybody's is a little bit different. Usually a little bit of hair kind of comes in front of your ear. Maybe her hair is tucked behind her ear. Might show a little part over here. Maybe on this side, her ear is totally covered. So I would bring this down over here, kind of come around. And then if her hair is covering her ear, I would go right over the ear and I could erase everything behind it. Then if I want to show the direction of the hair, maybe it's a little bit wavy, I can go in and add a few to show which direction the hair is going in. Because my neck is right here, I want to look and see what kind of shirt somebody is wearing, if you're wearing a certain kind of shirt. Also look and see where our shoulders are. And it's always a great idea to add any kind of details that you might want to your clothes. The more details that you add to your hair and your face and your clothes to make it look like you, the more it will actually look like you. So make sure you have fun with your portrait. And when we go to make our own self-portraits, it would be really great to think about what kind of emotion or what side of yourself you want to show. So when you pick a facial expression, it might not just be looking straight at the mirror, but you might want to decide if you're happy or sad or frustrated or confused or scared, and see if you can incorporate some of those emotions into your artwork, because that will also make it seem more and more like you. Okay, so to try making some shorter hair, you still want to look at the hairline. So I raised the hair. You can still kind of see some ghost hair, but that's okay. I'm going to look, some people have a hairline that comes down, probably in front of the ears a little bit. It might be symmetrical, it might not always be symmetrical. And I want to look at the top of the hair, so it might go taller, might kind of stick out to the side a little bit. We draw the neck, kind of lost my neck before. And then I want to erase the top of the head if I've sort of added hair there. And think about the direction of the hair. So do the same thing on this side. Maybe there's still a part on that side. Some people might have more spiky hair. You have to kind of look at the direction of your own hair to figure that out. But there's lots of ways to do hair. Again, you want to start with the outside shape that you see and then add the direction of the hair on the inside, just like you would for long hair. To add some of the details for a shirt, you might want to think about where is the neckline of that shirt. And think about your shoulders. I still have some hair from when I made it long. But the more details you can add to the clothing and things like the hair, the better. You really want it to make it, try to look like you.